Spencer, you're going to draw a landscape.
Yeah, we hope you're going to follow along. It's going to be a fall or autumn landscape with colorful leaves. We're going to use our markers to draw with, but you can use pencils. You also need
paper and something to color with.
Yeah, we're going to use markers to color with too. You ready to start?
Yes.
One of the fun things I love about drawing landscapes is how 3D they look. It looks like you'll be able to jump into the landscape when we're all finished. That means we're going to draw things that look like they're really close to us and things that are really far away. So first, let's draw the things that are close to us. We're going to start right here and draw a diagonal line. And this can be kind of bumpy. It's just going to come down from the left side down to the right side. And I'm not going to draw all the way to the edge of the paper. That way we don't draw on our table. So we'll leave a little space on each side. And then let's draw another maybe line going this way. And let's add a little bush right here, or a small little tree. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a bush. We're also going to include a really small pond in our landscape, which is going to be really fun. Let's add our first tree, and this one's going to be really big and take up a lot of space because it's close to us. So we're going to start here, and let's draw a wiggly line that comes up and maybe stops there. And then we can start at the top, and we're going to draw a point at the very top, but towards the bottom, we're going to get thicker for the trunk. There you go. Nice. Now let's add branches. I'm going to draw a branch that comes off to the side and gets close to the edge. And we can also make this branch a little thicker too, just like we did for the trunk. Let's draw another branch on this side, and maybe it comes out a little bit more. And then let's draw another line that comes down further like that. This lesson we're going to do a little different too. We're going to color as we draw. So let's pick out the colors that we're first going to use for the foreground, or this is the stuff that's closest to us. We're using our Bianyo markers. If you have the same set, the colors that we picked out, we have this really dark green, G554. We also have our black, and we picked out a dark brown, Y648. And we also have orange and red. Y505 is the orange, and R105 is kind of a light red. So this part we're going to fast forward, so remember to pause the video and take time to color your drawings. Let's first use our dark green for the ground down here. We're going to color in the trunk black, and then this bush over here dark brown. Now let's use our orange marker, and we're going to draw a shape around this tree, this big tree that's in the foreground or the closest part of the drawing to us. And I'm going to draw these kind of shapes that go around the branches like that. And then let's color in, this is all of the leaves. So this is just a really simple way to draw the orange leaves that are on this tree. We're not going to draw every leaf. We're just going to draw this really cool big shape around our tree. Next, I'm going in with my R105 and adding these little shapes inside of the orange to represent individual leaves. So this is really fun. You can add as many leaf shapes as you want, and maybe I'll even get a darker red to make these show up even more.
Oh yeah.
Then I also went in and added smaller branches inside of that orange shape. It's looking really cool, Hadley.
Thank you.
Now let's draw the things that are a little bit further away. Let's add a pond. We're going to draw also, maybe there's a little island that's in the middle of the pond. So I'm going to draw a shape that comes across like this, and maybe it will come back this way too. And I'm going to go behind this tree, and then we'll come out on the other side. Let's also add little trees out on this small island. So I'm going to draw a small little trunk right here, maybe even another little trunk, and also one right here. Let's use this color, B025. It's kind of a dark blue for the island. And we'll fast forward this part too. So remember to pause the video and take time to color in this shape. Now let's switch back to our orange and let's draw the leaves on these smaller trees that are out on the island. I know you said, why is the island blue? It's off in the distance. She's like, is this water?
I was like, is this water?
Yeah, it's the island. Maybe it's dirt or gravel. And I know that might make more sense to color brown or green. But I think because it's off in the distance, maybe there's some fog that makes the ground look more blue.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And you can actually change your drawings any way you want. So you could even change the colors that we're using. I'm switching to a red for this tree. And I colored in the leaf shapes. I'm going to add some of those leaf textures inside of the orange. Oh, maybe there's even just a smaller bush right here. Oh, and maybe one over here too. I'm also going to add some of those smaller branches inside of the trees. And maybe some even inside of the smaller bushes too. Let's also add a really big tree right here, just for fun. We're going to add just a big, tall trunk that comes out of this bush over here on the right. And maybe there's even a bigger tree that's out on the island. I'm going to draw it right here. We'll come down, make it a little thicker. And then I'm going to go around with the red color and create that shape, also like we did over here. So I'm going to draw just maybe a shape on this tree that comes up like that. And then also we could have one that comes up this way and comes out to the edge of the paper. Then I'm going to color these shapes in solid red.
Okay.
I also added brown texture for the leaves on these trees, and then I'm going to add these smaller branches inside too. And on this one, that's out on the island. This is really fun because you don't have to draw exactly like us. You can just use these same steps to draw as many trees or change the trees any way you want. You could change the shapes, you could change the colors. I think we also need to pick out the color for our water.
Oh, yeah.
Let's use B201. This is a light blue. We're going to use this to color in that water, this little pond that's right here. And then we're going to use it for the clouds too. Cool. Now let's draw the clouds. We're going to use the same color and we're going to create these really cool shapes. We're going to start here, draw a big kind of upside down U. Then we can draw smaller upside down U's. We're going to mix up the size of the little bumps on our clouds. So I'm going to draw it coming down to this tree. Oh, let's add another cloud up here. Oh, look at, we did a small one and then a really big one. And then maybe some smaller ones too. And then off the page. Now let's color in below this line, so all of the cloud shapes right here and this cloud with this light blue. Next we're using B203, this is slightly darker blue, and we're going to color in the sky.
Okay.
The sky looks really cool, all colored in. Let's add a few more details. Let's add stuff really far in the background. Let's use G611. This is a light green, and we're gonna draw this line that goes back here. Maybe this is the edge of the pond. So we have this island right here, we have water right here, then the island, then the water again. And we're gonna draw this line that goes behind all of the trees. Yeah, there you go. And you could even add a little line right here. Then let's add small trees. Well, these are actually really big trees, way off in the background, but they're shorter than these trees because they're further away. So I'm going to draw these tall, kind of oval shapes, like that. And then I'm gonna go all the way over to this tree and kind of fill in this area. Maybe there's a really tall one right here. And these shapes can be messy because they're so far away you can't really see the details.
Yeah.
Oh, and we could also even add some orange and red colors out there too. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna switch to R107, that's the light, or sorry, R105, that's the light red, to add more color back here in the background. Maybe there's even an orange one. I'm gonna switch to orange, and we'll add a little orange one right here. And maybe even more. Maybe this one's orange. I'm gonna layer it on top of the green so it just looks like there's a lot of trees on top of each other. Oh, it looks really cool. Look how far away they look. You can barely see them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love yours, Hadley. Maybe you could add a tall tree. Yeah, and then maybe another tall tree. That one really tall. There you go. Yeah, that looks really cool. I love that some of them are darker and others are lighter. Then you could add the red, so R105. That one's a really dark red. You could use the lighter red.
Yes.
And I'm even going to use the same green, G611, to add even a darker layer down at the bottom where the ground is. Now I'm using B203 to add little waves in the water. That looks awesome. I love the orange and the red mixed in with the green. It looks really cool, Hadley.
Thank you.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
I hope our friends are having fun too. You guys can pause the video and take time to color, spend extra time on your trees. You can also add different things. Maybe you could add people in your drawing. You could also add birds. Oh, that would be really cool to add some birds. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little shadow right here, maybe behind these trees, and then bring the water ripples out from there. I'm gonna add a little bit darker shadow down here close to the foreground, or the stuff that's close to us. And then I'm gonna use that dark green that we first used. I'm gonna add some grass that comes up from the ground. Isn't that cool? And that comes up on top of the water.
Yeah.
Maybe add that texture through the whole thing, because when you layer markers on top, once they've dried and you add another layer on top, it makes it darker. I also added some rocks out here in the water, but you can leave those off. Let's do one more thing. I'm gonna switch to R105, and I created this little red shape here that matches the red up here. This is the reflection in the water. So you can see the tree reflected just like in a mirror. So I'm gonna add another shape over here, and then I'll switch to orange for these shapes on this side over here. So there's another one and one more right here. Hadley, we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our full landscape, and it turned out perfect. It looks very beautiful.
Yeah, I love all the colors.
Yeah, me too. And I hope our art friends paused the video and took time to color all of their shapes too.
Yeah, I love all the colors we used.
Yeah, we used a lot of colors. Now you guys can use the markers that we have, but remember, you can always use different materials. You could use watercolors or even colored pencils.
We hope you had a lot of fun drawing your fall landscape.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun. And remember, it's okay if your drawings look different than ours. I hope they did turn out different. Our two drawings don't look exactly the same, but they both look amazing.
Yes.
The most important thing is
to have fun.
And to
practice.
Practice. Remember to have fun and practice. And we'll see you later, art friends.
Goodbye.